Okay, I will be showing you today how to use a manipulative of fraction circles with a fourth grade math lesson. Some of the standards that are covered are in numbers and operations. They're adding and subtracting fractions, simplifying fractions, and finding equivalent fractions. See, the first thing I'm going to show you is how to add fractions. So we're going to add 1/3 and 1/6. So I have my 1/3 piece. You see that? And I have 1/6. Now, as unlike fractions, we can't add them. So then with my manipulative, I can show the child that 1/3 is the same as 2/6, because when we lay them together, they're the same size. So then we can change that to 2/6 plus 1/6, and then we would get 3/6. And also with these manipulatives, we can show that child that 3/6 is also the same as our 1/2 piece. So that would be a way we could show them how to add unlike fractions. We can also show how to subtract fractions, such as 1/2 minus 1/4. So I have my 1/2 piece, and I would be subtracting 1/4. Since they do not have the same denominators, we can't subtract them, but we would find common denominators, and we can easily see that 1/2 is the same as 2/4. So we can do 2/4 minus our 1/4 piece, and we see that we get 1/4. So it's just a good visual to see how the fractions are the same, they're the same size. Another thing we can do is change improper fractions to mixed numbers and vice versa. I'm going to do a few for you. We will change 3/2 into a mixed number first. So first I just show my students 3/2. And then I can show them that 3/2 we can put two together, and they can see that that makes one whole circle, and then we have another half left over. So essentially 3/2 is equivalent to or the same as 1.5. I can also, another example would be to change 6/4. So I have 6/4 pieces. If I then put them together, I can see that 4/4 gives me one whole, and then I still have 2/4 left over. So 6/4 is the same as 1 2/4. And then I can also show them that this 2/4 looks exactly the same as my 1/2 piece. So this fraction can also be reduced to 1 1/2. And the last fraction I have to change is 8/6. So I have my 6 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I know that 6/6, I can put them together and show that my 6/6 equals one whole, and then I will have 2/6 left over. So then I know that 8/6 is equivalent to 1 2/6. And then I can also discuss that 2/6 is exactly the same as my 1/3 piece. So 8/6 can be reduced down to 1 1/3. The last application I have for the fraction circles is simplifying fractions. The first, I will simplify 3/6. I have 3/6, and just as before, as we put them together, we can see that they make the shape of the 1/2 piece. And so that tells us that the 3/6 can be reduced by 3, and it will equal 1/2 because they're exactly the same size. And last I will reduce a mixed number. I'm going to reduce 2 and 2/6. So I brought my 2 whole pieces, and then I have 2/6. And when we're reducing a mixed number, we don't do anything with the wholes. We can't take them away, we can't make them smaller, we can't do anything different with them, but we can see that the 2/6 are the same as our 1/3 piece. So that tells us that 2/6 is equivalent to 2 and 1/3. So there were several applications to using fraction circles. I use them often in my 4th grade classroom, and they could also be used at a 5th grade level, at a 3rd grade level, introducing fractions just to see what they look like and how to introduce mixed numbers. Thanks.